Okay, so hi guys, welcome back to the Coggeshall United YouTube channel. My name is Gareth, and this is Andrew, the club president, and today we're going to be doing a Coggeshall kickoff. We did all of it a few months ago where we just did it at voice, but now we have the facility to do it actually at the ground. And basically today we're going to be talking about three main topics. Andrew, you want to say the three topics?
We're going to talk about Man United's form since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came in, the fact that Liverpool have lost for the first time this season in the league, and we're also going to talk a little bit about Coggeshall United and how they're doing this season.
Okay, so if we want to start off with how Manchester United are doing. Now, for you guys who aren't really into footballing news or just haven't really looked at news at all, Manchester United at the start, when was it? Just before Christmas, weren't it?
Yeah.
Sacked manager Jose Mourinho. This was after a string of bad results, and I think the players just lost confidence, didn't they? And it was very, very clear, I think within 24 hours, that Ollie, the former Man United striker, was going to become the manager as caretaker. Now, what are your thoughts on that, Andrew?
I was a little bit surprised, in all honesty, because I was led to believe that Zinedine Zidane was going to get the job. Whether that might still prove to be the case in the summer is open to conjecture. Solskjaer's also surprised me a little bit in terms of the form that he's been able to generate in Man United since he's come in. I mean, he's got the best record as a Manchester United manager coming in since Matt Busby.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, 1947.
I mean, the guy, if you go on his managerial experience to date, has predominantly been in Norway, with the exception of a season, a little bit of, well, half a season plus with Cardiff City, where he got them relegated to the Championship and then pretty much crashed and burned in the Championship before getting sacked a little bit before Christmas.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that's most enlightening about watching Manchester United, the difference between Jose Mourinho's lot and his lot with the Man United same players, is they're playing with a lot more freedom now. They're playing like Manchester United, an attacking style, whereas Mourinho, it's almost like the tactics were restricting them too much.
Absolutely. I mean, even if you just want to have a look at, like, I was watching the game against our last game. I can't remember who it was against off the top of my head. It wasn't Reading, it was
Newcastle.
It was a game against Newcastle. I watched the first half, and we weren't really sort of there in the first half, but the second half, I couldn't believe it. You know, Pogba was just looking just ridiculous on how great he was getting into them spaces. Marcus Rashford was linking up so well with Martial and Pogba, and it was such a relief to see. I mean, and I think Gary Neville has said it, or one of the pundits has actually said that it was the first time, really, since Alex Ferguson days, is that we have seen this Manchester United team attack, and it was just such a thrill to watch. And I believe as of, we're still winning 2-0, I believe, against Reading in the FA Cup. So I honestly think, come the end of the season, if he has reached top four, there's no reason why United's board shouldn't be looking at that and thinking, surely he's got to be in contention. What are your thoughts on that, if you could get the full job in, Andrew?
I think the proof will be in the pudding this month, because it's the transfer window being open for January.
Yep.
I think if he's allowed to spend some money, because clearly Manchester United have money, being one of the biggest clubs in the world, if not the biggest. If he's allowed to spend a decent sum of money, then that will tell fans and the rest of the footballing world everything they need to know.
Yeah.
The other thing that will be telling is, for the best one in the world, can you honestly expect to go the rest of the season without losing? I don't think so. When you actually get a negative result, it will be how the boys respond, how Solskjaer responds, that will also be quite telling.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, you look at United's run recently. To be fair, they haven't been exactly the hardest of games on the planet, have they? I mean, you look at, we had Cardiff, Huddersfield, Newcastle. I mean, they're three games that are very sort of Man United should be winning anyway.
Yeah.
But obviously under Mourinho, who knows what could happen. Anyway, we're going to move on to our next topic now, and that is basically going to be
Liverpool
and their first loss of the season against Manchester City. Now, I didn't really watch the game.
I did.
I was on the phone too, Andrew, believe it or not, but obviously I didn't have it on. So, Andrew, what are your thoughts on that game?
I thought it was very close. You can see why they are considered to be the two main rivals for the title this season. I think that just because we lost shouldn't be blown out of all proportion, because in all honesty, how many teams are ever going to do what Arsenal did a few years ago? Not many. And Guardiola, considering his quality as a manager and the clubs he's managed, he's never actually been able to do it either. It just makes you wonder, with regard to Liverpool, how do we respond? We've got a good game on Monday night. Wolves, yes, they're a decent opponent, but if we're really going to challenge for the title like all Liverpool supporters are hoping for and a lot of neutrals are hoping for, then we really need to be stepping up to the plate against Wolves and then moving on. We can't let it be like a poison chalice, something hanging around our neck that drags us down. Just because we lost doesn't mean we're suddenly out of the title race. I mean, what did you think, Gareth?
I think, obviously, like I said, I didn't watch the match, and I think it'd be very unfair for me to say were they good or not. My thought is, I think, as a United fan, I really shouldn't be wanting either of them to win, really. But it would be very, very good to see someone else win it. I think Liverpool have been wanting it for the last 28 odd years. It'd be very, very, very good for them to win it. And respect to Jurgen Klopp, at the end of the day, he's a great manager. And really, he's just been building a team I think is actually a very capable winning team. I mean, Mane, Mohamed Salah, Roberto Firmino are just ridiculous attacking. And even going back, you've got Dejan Lovren and Van Dijk, who has actually been, I think, Jurgen Klopp has even said he's one of the best defenders in the world, if not the best defender. And actually, looking at his form in previous matches, there's no reason why he isn't going to be the best defender in the world. And they've just got to really watch out in the next few weeks, especially as it's January, for teams like Barcelona or Real Madrid come knocking on the door and saying we want him for 300 odd million. The thing is, every player has a price.
And what's got to also be remembered as well is football is very much about fine margins. Sadio Mane, any other season when we're not using VAR, would have scored a perfectly good goal. Apparently, it was all of a centimetre for the ball actually being considered to have completely crossed the line on his chance. If that goes in, it's a different game.
Yeah,
it's a different game. But speaking of a different game, let's talk about Coggeshall United and non-league football.
Yeah, so for you guys who don't know, we are currently at Coggeshall United's ground, West Street. We're actually just about to start playing Lopus. Now, I don't know how to pronounce their... I keep on saying Tavares, but I've been told it's not.
Tavares.
So we've actually been playing Lopus Tavares, who are a team based in London. They're predominantly Portuguese background, the same as Fire United. And I think they're actually sister clubs, aren't they? They're very well connected.
Yeah, they're very well connected. Yeah. They are seen as the bigger club of the two. What is interesting, though, is at the moment they're actually one place below Fire United. Yeah. We played them already this season and we beat them 2-0, but apparently it was a very hard game.
Yeah, obviously our last game against Fire United was a 9-0 thriller. I mean, at the end of the day, and it was all obviously 9-0 to Coggeshall. But I think looking at today, I've seen the boys before the game, and they look ready. They look like they want to. I mean, our game against Braintree Town Reserves was called off on Christmas night, so it's a bit disappointing for that. But really, it's been a few weeks since they've been playing, so I think
at home, because of course we got the. We lost our unbeaten run. We'd been on our unbeaten run of something like 12 games. Unfortunately, we lost to Wormley Rovers away on the 29th, which wasn't the greatest end to the year. But onwards and upwards, hopefully today, Coggeshall United will get back on the winning track.
Yeah, definitely. And that's something what I think Cliff and the boys want to do. Make sure you guys stay tuned. We're going to bring this to a video to an end. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the highlights, the goals, and interviews and just reaction of the match. Hopefully I'll see you guys later and have a fantastic day. Any last words, Andrew?
No, just thank you very much for watching and enjoy. We hope you enjoyed this video and any other videos we produce.